love fun like that. I'm crazy like that. We're gonna get going. We're gonna be out in the pasture today, so I promise you that. Yes, yes. Here we go. We will go by them. So you guys have an idea if you are going to use them, put them around your neck so I don't have to worry about them going into the pasture, okay? Don't hold anything outside of the block. You guys want to see something cool? Are you ready for this? Oh my gosh! I didn't know you had somebody so cool on the bus. I did that one time and it wasn't watching. Like, do it again. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and start up my speed training. Oh, that's what Cody was trying to show me. Thanks. See, I was so distracted by the ostrich, I didn't even realize the addicts were over there. Let's talk about them for a minute. Sorry, guys. See, what'd I tell you? You gotta point things out to me. You'd think as wide as they are, I'd be like, whoa, they're going down fast. Critically endangered means that they're at a point that is almost a point of no return, and they need immediate assistance brought in. So, the addicts are there on the critically endangered problems. So the one without horns, her name is Ivy. The one with one horn is Dandelion, and the one next to that is Thistle. So we've got Clover, Dandelion, Thistle, and Ivy. They're gonna get you guys. Don't worry. Cody is watching you. So let me preface something real quick before we freak out. These guys do peck, and it hurts. I have a friend here. His name's Greg Hampton. He got pecked in the ribs once by them, and it caused a blood blister. Here, Cody, let him get close. Let him get close. We're about to be surrounded. You guys see how large their eyeballs are? So that's Cornelius right there. See the pink beak and the pink shins? So their eyeballs are actually 5 centimeters across. That's twice the size of a human eyeball. And it shows too. Their memory is very, very bad. So we could come through here and then spin around and come right back through and they'd forget who we were. Look at him. Look, she literally was like, what are you doing? So these guys check everything out with their beaks. That's how they figure it out, because obviously they don't have hands, right? Hence them pecking all the time. And I do have to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't peck the styrofoam. So if you guys notice something, give me a holler. She's going to get you. Look, she's going to get you. If you guys get the chance, you want to look down at their toes. Their toes, they do have claws on the interior toe on their feet. That claw can actually reach to be 4 inches long. Between that and their very powerful hind legs, they are able to eviscerate a lion. I'll tell you that now while they're right next to you, huh? Yeah. Eviscerate. So if you guys don't know what eviscerate means, that means slice right down. Slice them open. Don't do that. I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Oh, maybe. No, I don't think I will. You guys know what I'm talking about? So it's that same idea. That's your blood flow coming to the surface of your skin to cool off. So that's exactly what he's doing. He's increasing that blood flow to make his legs and his beak stand out more, so the ladies will be like, look at that pink. So the brighter pink he is, the more we've got to be like, something going on with him. But today, he's actually a very dull color. Sometimes he is so pink that it is very similar to your shirt that you've got with that process. So Cornelius, our friendly man, he is not fertilizing the eggs properly, so there have been no babies yet. We have had no babies. And an ostrich egg is similar to a chicken egg. No fertilization means it's just an omelet, right? So Cornelius, even though if we were to try and teach him how to do it, he'd forget it in 5 minutes, right? So we can't even do that. So I do have something cool to show you guys. This is a real ostrich egg. This came from one of our ladies here. We did a blowout process where air went in and yolk came out. White again. Rhinos. Yeah, so these are the southern white rhinos. But guys, what color are they? Brown, red, absolutely. So the southern white rhinos are not white. They are a little bit of a reddish brown color. Why is that? Yeah, they've been rolling in the mud, absolutely. So these guys roll in the mud to keep them cool when it's hot out, and also as an insect repellent. So here on our list of understanding, these guys are in the near threat zone. So there's only about 15,000 of them left in the wild. So So they definitely do need attention, right? And that's definitely what they're getting to. So these southern white rhino are two boys. These are Mojo and Akagera, our brothers. They originally came from Ohio, from a safari. They have two horns on their face. They're the only species to have horns on their nose. Most other animals have their horns where? On their head, right? On their noggins. Absolutely. Really quickly before I go on about their horns, you guys see this awesome empty pasture here? Anybody know what's in there? An invisible giraffe. Yeah, we do have a giraffe. His name is Phoenix. However, he is only 18 months old, and since he is so young, we have not been able to get him to come out to the pasture. He also came at a time when we were doing heavy. They're absolutely stunning. You can see photos of it online on our website as well. It also is not just a place to rest your head. That pricing sometimes is a little scary, but it includes our encounter tour, which gives you an up-close experience with our giraffe and our rhino, as well as the ability to go into our ambassador area as well to see the other animal friends in their homes. So, like I said, it comes with that pricing too. And like I was also saying, these are also the authentic African tents, right? However, they're not 100% authentic because we did get the fridge from down the street at Lowe's, you know, the microwave and all that other stuff. But oh my, Cody, could you stop for a second, please? I get really close to the truck, just keep that boundary. Cody is watching, I promise you.
Come on, Cody.
Cody. Yeah, and we also have water buffalo too. You guys want me to talk about water buffalo or zebra first? Zebra. Where the line's at? We just released a couple of them for crowd control, so hang on. Joking. So yeah, here are our zebra buddies. We have this lovely lady here. This is Venus. She's our adult female in charge. Typically in a zebra herd, it is female-led and dominated. Hi, Venus. She usually does not care to interact with us much. This is pretty close for her. These lovely ladies here are Daisy and Dahlia. They're 12 months old, and they were actually bottle-fed by people as they were growing up. And because of that, they like to get right up to the truck. So we'll see what they do today. Oh, love it. No, we're good. We're good. Let's stay here. Like, let her come say hi. And our ladies here might be pregnant. One of them is due at the end of the summer. We don't know about the other two. And they also used to be fed hay cubes from the truck. So we don't do that anymore because that's a domestication feature, and we want them to be more natural and wild. So they come up to us like, "Where's the hay cubes?" And we're like, "We got no hay cubes." And they're like, "Oh, really?" And then they charge at us instead. Coming right up to ya. Don't worry, like I said, Cody's watching. Gosh, I just can't focus on anything. You think you got something? So yeah, going on about our zebra friends, Daisy and Dahlia are two youngest girls that are 12 months old. If you'll notice, they still have brown fur on their backs. It's kind of like how chicks and ducklings have the flightless feathers that they shed over time. It's that same concept. They will shed that fur. Daisy and Dahlia don't really care for Ashford that much, especially because he's kind of always up in their business. And sometimes we will witness them running around, and Daisy and Dahlia are like kicking Ashford, and it is brutal. Like, you can hear the flops coming from it. So these guys, they are the last non-domesticated species related to horses, and that's why we don't have them domesticated, is because they are aggressive. They kick and they bite like crazy. Also, if you guys sat on one of those things, your feet would be dragging the entire time. There's no way. Because you got the really high stirrups. You'd be riding a tricycle. Hi, Ashford. So Daisy and Dahlia are sisters. They are related. However, they are not identical twins. These guys can run 45 miles an hour. Somebody else can do that. Who is it?
Ostrich.
Ostrich, yeah. Hey, who do you think would win in a race? Ostrich versus zebra? Ostrich? Why ostrich? They seem quicker? Both moving at the same pace. Anybody think zebras would win? Really? I've had some people say they think the zebras would win because they have more legs than the ostrich, but the ostrich have longer legs. I actually got on the right, and then on the far right is Vlad. Vlad is our adult male. He's about 2,600 pounds, whereas the females are all about 1,700 pounds. So the females and males for the water buffalo are all, they lack that dimorphism to them. So they all have the horns on their head. However, Vlad's are going to be much larger and wider in size. He's also larger than the females are in general. They are glaring you down. They do not want you guys here. What did you do to my girls? Vlad just doesn't even care, but the ladies over here are like, oh my gosh. It usually is Vivian and Vera who give us an attitude problem. and that's why they all get along so well. If we were to introduce a female, they would start fighting more. That's just not something that we're really looking into doing currently, though. And that is because these guys' species numbers... That guy's got me beat. The roan here, they have that name, though, because their population numbers are doing A-okay. However, they have an 80% mortality rate up to 7 weeks old. What does that mean? All the babies are going to die, 80% of them at least. Yeah, 80% of the babies do not make it to adulthood. But their numbers are doing fine, hence the name Fearless Survivor, and they're from Africa, right? He's scratching his nose. He's scratching his lip. Scritchy, scritchy, scritchy. So both the males and females do have horns on their head. The baby goes back to the herd, and then at nighttime, she'll come and check up on the baby, be like, hey, you still alive? You good? Morning comes, and she's back with the herd again. So for the first 5 weeks of the baby's life, it is completely by itself out in the wild. And mom's over there sipping on her mocktails and having a good old time with the rest of her herd, right? So they definitely are not getting Mother's Day presents this year. Correlation does not equal causation. However, those numbers sure do relate pretty heavily to each other, don't they? That's very fast. But it's not faster than one of their predators. Who's that? Cheetah. How fast can a cheetah run? 60 to 80 miles an hour, an average of 70. Yeah, absolutely. So what these guys, what the cheetah has in speed, they lack in endurance. So what the impala will do is they'll do these quick stops and turns and zigzags to wear the cheetah out, and then they are able to keep on running at that 56 mile an hour pace, and the cheetah's like, all right, I'll get the next one. So we do actually have 4 baby impalas over there. They're about 2 months old. If you see a purple tag on their ear, those are the babies. They're also significantly smaller than the adults are. We do have an adult male as well, just one. If you guys, if those who have been on, our rhinos, if we were to get a female here and she got pregnant, she would be pregnant for about 15 months, and a giraffe is pregnant for 16 to 18 months. Oh, time, guys. No thanks. No thanks. But our bison friends, the babies are up and moving within 3 hours of the herd. She's trying to get herself up and going. She's like, all right, I guess. That's why she was getting a little more. Alright, so they did not originally come from or originate in America. However, we call them American bison, and that is true because they came from Europe. They came across on the ancient continental land bridge millions and millions of years ago. And they've been here for so long, and they've searched such huge ecological